Aries, these are your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius. Knight of Swords and the Wombat Spirit, which says, be at home. So the Knight of Swords here, that is a typical, for me, it's really a typical Aries card because it speaks a little bit of impulsiveness. So you see this guy running to his motorbike, he wants to jump on it, he wants to take action already because he has these ideas, he has this vision, and it's not, of course, this is not a gender-based reading, but I'm just saying that because the figure is male portrayed, but it's like, you know, when you Aries, you have a vision, you just want to go. You want to just take action. You don't want to sit out and strategize first. You just want to jump on the motorbike and go, go, go. This sometimes stems from a little bit of insecurity because the insecurity can come from the fact that this thought, really, the thought that you're having that if you're not doing, if you're not in movement, then really you are not good enough. So if this is the case for you, and this may be the case for some, Aries sun, moon or rising sign, always remember that. This Wombat Spirit says, you know what, accept yourself, be at home with who you are, because it's really good then, because that means that you can settle down, you can become still, you can sort of think a little bit before you jump on that motorbike and go, before you just be impulsive and then things may go haywire. So with this Wombat Spirit, really, I would say to you with this full moon in Sagittarius, before you start something, consider your options, consider the cons, consider the pros, and also accept yourself and accept that you cannot see everything, foresee everything, and do everything all at once. Because if you do that, you may really run into trouble. So take it easy, slow, accept yourself, be home with yourself, accept yourself as you are because you're good enough, also without the constant having to do, having to take action, having to move, having to strategize. So take a moment and then run. So don't run and think later, but think before and then run. That's what you can do. That's it for you, Aries, for this full moon in Sagittarius. Taurus, your card for the full moon in Sagittarius is Queen of Pentacles and Brown Bear Spirit. Now, I'm going to start with Queen of Pentacles because this is a card that really is a very good portrayal of Taurus energy. Venus, earthy, the deliciousness of this garden, the luscious garden, and this queen that is very confident in herself, in her decision, that holds her values close to her heart, that holds those people that are really dear to her very close to herself. But with this brown bear here, it also is a reminder that sometimes you have a little bit to take time for yourself and to take care of yourself. It's take a time out because you're sometimes so giving to other people, you forget to take your time out. You forget to give time and care and self-care to yourself. So with this full moon, maybe this is a good time to just take it easy, to not overdo things, to consider your next moves, yes, but you don't have to be hasty. You don't have to be doing and caring for others all the time. Don't forget to, in order for this garden to stay beautiful and luscious and you to be able to hold on to your values, you also have to be able to care for yourself. And that is not selfish, that is not egotistical, that is nothing of the kind. It is just good. It is self-care, it is important, it is needed for you. With this brown bear spirit, brown bear spirit, the brown bears, they go in hibernation at times. They go and rest, and so that they can regenerate, recuperate, heal. And this is a time for you to take a little bit of a time out. Now, the energy of the full moon is about 3-4 days, so a little bit before and then a little bit after. So I really would take these few days to just, take it easy and do something that really makes you, that you value, that is important to you, but that also fills your heart. And that doesn't necessarily mean always taking care of everybody around you. So if they are knocking on your door, just put do not disturb sign on your door if you have kids or something like that, or if you have a house full of people. Put a sign like that on your door and just don't give a shit about that. Okay? Gemini, your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius are the Lovers and the Squirrel Spirit. I'm going to start with this one. It says believe in yourself. So really believe in all, all the talents, all the skills, all the qualities that you have, because I feel that sometimes you forget that choices when you make choices from the heart, let me say it like this, when you make choices from the heart and you really listen to, okay, this is what my heart needs, not what my mind needs, because of course, Gemini, you're an air sign, so you're conceptualizing, it's about ideas a lot, but sometimes you forget to listen to your heart. And sometimes you don't even believe in what your heart is telling you, and then you just go and you overthink it or you rationalize it, and then the whole rational thing is completely different than what your heart is saying. So when you then start doubting these ideas that you get, or these feelings, because the heart is more about feelings and emotions, when you get them and you doubt them, the Squirrel Spirit says, believe that. Believe what your heart is telling you and trust that, because that is going to send you in the right direction. Your mind, because you rely so heavily on your mind and your rational thinking is quick, and yes, I agree with that, but sometimes it also gets you into trouble, and sometimes you forget to listen to the heart. Now, the heart speaks louder than the mind, but we have learned not to trust it, not to listen to it. And these cards are really asking you to do that, to trust what your heart, what your gut, what your instincts are telling you, because that's going to send you in the right direction, on the right path. And if you over-rationalize it, if you start to overthink it, and you make it a concept versus a feeling, you're not believing in yourself. You're not believing in that gut knowing, in that deep wisdom that you have. And that's going to lead you astray, or may lead you astray, of course. May is better than will. So have a think about that, how that works out for you, and have a think how you can trust your instinctive knowing a little bit more. Cancer, your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius is the Three of Swords and the Cat Spirit. The Cat Spirit says claim your independence. Now, because of this card, I'm going to read this as a reminder, because this card is a card where you sort of are anxious. It feels like you don't know what to do. You're standing maybe in front of a dilemma, a choice you need to make. It feels like a heart-wrenching choice, and that makes you scared. It makes you deeply sad as well. And that's why I'm going to really read this as, because with the Spirit Animal Oracle cards, you have a direct message, and if it came out reversed, it didn't come out reversed because I don't use reversals, but I will read the protection message. So which is as the protection message, which is really, this, what you're standing in front of, or what is in front of you, it feels like it's overwhelming, it feels big, and that's why it brings all the fear. But the Cat Spirit says, go ahead, just do it. Even though you are so afraid, to take a leap of faith. With cat, you have 9 lives already, and cats always land on their feet. So, this is telling you that. Just go, do it, even though it is like daunting and it is so heart-wrenching, yes, but just go for it. Just leap, and you will see there will be a solution. There will be a good solution, and you will land on your feet, and you will survive this ordeal. So that is a good thing to have. I'm just going to have a look at the other message here. It says land on your feet. If nothing seems to be going according to plan, so that may be as well, you may be sad, frustrated, angry because the things you have planned, they are not working out, and that is also heartbreaking. But here, there will be a new opportunity. There will sort of be a turn of events, a surprising turn of events that will make this work out, even though you're not seeing it now, because it's also like dark and heavy energy. This is a completely different colors, yeah? And this is a good card. So it will help you get through this ordeal. It will also sort of give you a surprising turn of events, a surprising outcome, a good outcome. And this is not wasted, yeah? So think of that. Leo, these are your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius, Two of Cups and the Canary Spirit, which says sing your own song. Now, I feel this here usually is about two people. It's about agreements. It's about coming together. It's about relationships, yes. But I feel here this is about a relationship with yourself. And why? Because of this card, because of singing your own song. So, yes, this is really like you are embracing yourself. You are accepting yourself, or really the card reminds you to do so, to accept your individuality, to accept the person you really are, the values you truly value, the things you truly love, and accept yourself. Radical self-acceptance. Really hard to do. I get that. I'm not going to say it's not that it's impossible, but also not going to say that's going to be easy. But it is doable, especially with this Canary Spirit here, because it also says that, it wants you to connect to your authentic voice, to your own being, to being you, truly you, to express yourself and to express what is in your heart. So support yourself also, and that is also here, the two hands. I feel these two hands embracing each other is your hands embracing each other. And I can't even speak anymore. I'm now stumbling over my words. But yeah, it's to support yourself, because sometimes it's only you who can support yourself. Sometimes we do have to do that. Sometimes we really have to stand up for what we believe in, for who we truly are, for what our values are, and we just have to let the world see that. We don't have to be afraid, because with these two cards, don't be afraid to show yourself and your voice and your values to the world. So please, please, please do that, Leo. Virgo, these are your cards for the Sagittarius full moon, the King of Cups and the Scarab Beetle Spirit, which says magic works through you. It is about creativity, really. These two cards together, and I feel they are reinforcing each other, because the King of Cups, not only is he intuitive, but he's also very creative. He finds creative solutions, which are based on his intuitive knowing. Look how he's sitting in water with his finger also in that cup or that bowl. And he is trusting. He's trusting that things will work out. He's trusting that his vision in one way or another is going to be true. Now with the Scarab Beetle here, this also speaks of creativity. It says magic works through you. It's a bit like the Magician card. It says that you can really create something out of nothing. That an idea that you may come up with or have come up with in this sort of meditative state, in this sort of stillness, in this sort of intuitive connection that you have, you can make that real. You can make that become practical, become real in the real world. So it is not about just an idea. It's really about taking that idea and making it bigger, making it work, making it palpable, tangible. And you can do that. You have that gift. So I think it's very wise that you have a good connecting with yourself, with your deep inner knowing, with your instinctive input and other hints from the universe you may get. And then with a Scarab Beetle at your side, that spirit, that animal spirit, it gives you the magic to bring those ideas, those creative inputs into the real world. So it's beautiful to have. Libra, your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius are Judgment and the Vulture Spirit, which says nothing is wasted. Now, I feel here with this, it's sort of like you, Libra, your version 2.0 is coming out. Look, see the image? It's like a better version. You are evolving. You are spiritually growing, emotionally growing, psychologically growing. You are really growing. And you know, when we have done, or when we are doing that deep inner work, there is transformation and something new is coming out. And you are sort of, there's a new version of you coming out. That new version that holds new perspective, that has a new vision in life and for life. Now, this may have come after a period where things have been really, really hard and difficult. But with this Vulture Spirit here, it almost says like, you know, those things that were really hard and so difficult, and maybe they're still going on. But the Spirit reminds you, this Vulture Spirit reminds you that they are necessary to get yourself that new perspective and to see things with new eyes and to be that growth, to become that new version, to become, in your case, Libra version 2.0. But the hardship is not wasted. There are lessons to take from that hardship. It's not always easy, it's not fun, but sometimes we need it, you know, in order for ourselves to grow. And I'm not going to say you will grow stronger. No, you will be different. You will see things in a different way. And sometimes, yes, that's for the good. Sometimes you still have to process everything that's happened here. But give it time. Maybe you need to give it a little bit more time than just a few months or a few days or a few weeks. Maybe it will take a few years even. But, because we're talking about full moon, so I'm thinking 6 months ahead from now when the new moon in Sagittarius will happen. So that will be end of the year or nearing the end of the year. You will start to see that, that all the hardship, all the difficulties, they were there and you needed them to become who you are now or who you will be then. Let me say it like that. So, hard work ahead, but it's not wasted. It's necessary. Scorpio, these are your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius, and these are beautiful cards. I mean, this is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Buffalo Spirit, it says the abundant universe will provide. And so with this wheel, that already, the wheel is always turning, yes? But with this Buffalo Spirit, and it gives you this power of manifesting. It feels like the universe is in your favor. Things are moving in your favor. Things are working in your favor. And abundance and manifesting powers is yours. And so use this power that you have available to you wisely now, because now you can set the stage for the next 6 months at least, until we get to that Sagittarius new moon, which will be, I think, in November. I don't have the exact dates here in front of me. But yeah, so the wheels are turning in your favor. I would say take advantage of this because you can manifest. There is a lot of power now in manifesting, so set intentions. Manifest also without attachment. So without thinking, how is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? What exactly do I need to do? No, just manifest, set your intentions, set some goals, set some dreams, and dream big. Don't limit yourself because you have the abundant Buffalo Spirit here. So set a big dream and then just let it go. Let go of how that's going to come about, of the details, because you don't want to attach, because if you attach, you will sort of squelch, or how do you say it, squelch and kill and nip the whole growth in the bud. But the two cards together indicate really beautiful progress. Really, really beautiful progress. And loads of power, because things are really working in your favor. So I would say take all the advantage you can and really, sort of care for this energy and take it at heart. Sagittarius, these are your cards for your full moon in Sagittarius. So we have Page of Swords and the Nightingale spirit, and it says love is all around. And sorry that I'm stumbling over my words, it happens. So I'm going to start with this because sometimes, it can be that you have encountered some difficulties, or maybe things haven't been going like you wanted them to go exactly, and you were a little bit frustrated by that. But don't forget, love is all around you. You are supported, and sometimes things do get hard, but then again, that will change soon because you have the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords for me is like a breakthrough moment. Look at the light bulbs, a light bulb moment, aha moment, because it feels like here, with this full moon in your sign, it's like some kind of circle is coming to an end. And that's because you have been studying things. You have been really looking deeper into a sort of subject, into a relationship, into an issue, into a work issue, a job issue, whatever the thing is that you have been looking at. And I'm not saying literally reading up about it or studying about it, but it can be that. But more like you getting insights. You have gained some really big insights. And so the light bulb moments are there, the insight moments are there, and it makes you realize that, you know what, I am deserving of love, and I am who I am, and even though things don't always work out my way, there was a reason for it, and now I'm seeing, the people that are really loving me and supporting me, and they are my inner circle, they are important, and they will, we belong together, not sort of in a romantical way, but just, heart belonging, emotional belonging, and, really people that really love you and you love them, and they are important. Not the people that are standing and criticizing from the sidelines and that always have something, criticizing to say or something negative to say about things, and that are not supporting you in any way. You will see through them. And now it's time to see through them because, with the Page of Swords here, some truths may come to the surface as well. And you will see who is your supporter and who is your naysayer. And look out for those and then see which ones you want in your circle, the naysayer or the supporters. Capricorn, these are your cards for the full moon in Sagittarius, and there's a bit of a contradiction in the cards. So the Eight of Wands is a card that is goal-oriented, but it's also a fast card. You want to move, you want to get there already to that goal. But then the hummingbird spirit says, be here now. So it's about the here and the now, and about, don't forget to taste the nectar of this flower. Don't forget to taste the nectar and the beauty of this moment, and don't just be flying from this flower to this flower to this flower to this flower. When you want to get ahead to your goal way too fast, you're going to miss out on things. So these two cards here for me, they are a reminder that yes, it's good to have that goal. Yes, of course. But don't forget to smell the roses along the way, and don't move too quickly, and enjoy the present moment, because you have a tendency to also, a bit like Aries, in my opinion. I mean, this is just my humble opinion about Capricorn. You are organized, you are structured, you have vision, yes, and you can be very goal oriented, but then you are living here in the future, in the back here, and you forget this beautiful flower. You forget the moments, the process, the road towards that goal. You forget to enjoy it. And these cards are literally here to tell you, enjoy that process, because that process is as important. And yes, it's a cliche, I know, but it's as important as getting to the end of your goal. And then we all know that when we get to a certain goal and we get to sort of the end goal, it's never the end goal. Doesn't work like that. The end is only when we die, and then even then, is it really the end? We don't know really for sure, but just saying, we don't know that here when we get to a certain goal, we will have another goal. And when we keep on running from one goal and to another, and we don't get to enjoy the steps in between, what is the joy of living? So just to remind you of that, enjoy these flowers, enjoy and be the hummingbird. So hover in place, even though you're moving towards that goal, but hover a bit in place and enjoy the here, the now, the present moment. So it's a kind reminder for that, Capricorn. Aquarius. These are your cards for the Sagittarius full moon, the Four of Swords and the Skunk Spirit, which says, know your worth. So I feel like maybe you have withdrawn a little bit within yourself, not so much from the world, but I feel that you have this need to protect yourself. And I feel that sometimes you have that need because you don't feel enough, not good enough, maybe not rich enough, not beautiful enough, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's that, that feeling of not enough. So you have built a little bit of self-protection around you to protect your heart and to protect yourself in this crazy, fast-moving world with, all these weird and often nasty things that are going on right now. So you feel the need to protect yourself. So there's nothing wrong with that, I say. But if it's about not enough, the Skunk Spirit is here to tell you that you are enough, that you are worthy of being you, and that you are okay as you are, that you can be proud of who you are and of your values and of what you believe in and of what you stand for. And you can share that with the world. You don't have to hide. You don't have to remain in hiding. Even though, yes, the world is a scary place right now, you don't have to stay in hiding, because the Skunk Spirit is here to protect the values that you share, to protect your worth. So if you are experiencing that, Aquarius, please trust that the Skunk Spirit is here to really make you see that you are enough. Yes, you are. So I hope you really see that, you really see your value, because you are so valuable. And I know it's a hard place to be at the moment. So I hope you take this at heart, and I hope this helps a little bit. Pisces, your cards for the full moon Sagittarius. Yes, it's Sagittarius. I've been saying so many other signs that I'm now a little bit confused. But you have the Four of Wands and the Beaver Spirit, which says lay a solid foundation. Now it's funny, because really this is also about foundations. This is about having a home, a home for me, in the cards here. It's not necessarily about a physical home, but having, footing, feeling ground under your feet and feeling solid. Now, often Pisces, because you're a water sign, this is an earthy feeling, even though we have fire energy here with the wands, but still there is the connection to the earth here. You can see that. You can see the pleasure here, the partying, the enjoying life, and you see actually the four pillars, of solidity. 4 is the number of solidity, of a foundation. So with the Beaver Spirit here, the beaver who takes the wood and then starts to build, because that's what beavers do. They build a dam. Sometimes people are not too happy with that, but that's what they do. They build. And this is what you are probably doing, and maybe you need to be reminded of it, that, a foundation is not built in one go. And it's a step-by-step process. So maybe that is to be reminded of. It's good to be reminded of that. But also, when you doubt that you are doing that, you're actually having a foundation already which you can build up on, or you are building a foundation, maybe you're doubting that at this moment, and these cards are here to tell you you are doing this. It's good. You don't have to be afraid. You are really getting ahead with your foundation, and your foundation is getting stronger, and you don't need other people for that foundation. You are solid enough in and as of yourself, really, and in yourself. You don't need other people for building this foundation, because you need to feel that groundedness in yourself, and that's where you can build upon yourself. So this can be about a literal home, or a relationship or a job, but I feel it's more like about an emotion you have, a feeling of maybe you haven't felt enough or good enough, but you are. And these cards are here to remind you of that, and to remind you that you have already been building yourself, and that you can continue building and growing yourself. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. So go on with the good work, Pisces.